Well, the way we started, David wrote and I then typed, and we would get UCLA binders, and David would write the script in longhand, and then I would type it up. And for our first script, again, we didn't work off of an outline. The basic premise was a couple of kids who lived in a dorm together, which was the sum total of our experience. And we're writing and writing and writing. And I had a copy of an Odd Couple script that I had purchased at a bookstore in Hollywood. And I said, "What page you think we're on here?" And David leafed through and said, "I think we're probably about page 36, 37. And I said, "Well, you know, they start wrapping it up here pretty quick." So we took like 10 minutes, came up with an ending, which would have cost millions of dollars in special effects. Took us 10 minutes to write it, and it's like the end. We went off to El Torito to get margaritas. We were writers. So we were clueless.
But when we sat down, we just, well, we're writing together, so I guess we'll write together. I mean, there was no thought about I'll write part of it, you write part of it, and then we'll get together, or I'll write a first draft, you do a second draft, or we just were in the same room. We just did it as what came naturally to us.
It was part of the fun.
Yeah.
Was the social aspect of doing this.
Yeah.
And I remember too, early on in our career, you had the Woody Allen stand-up comedy album, and we would put on a side to just sort of get us revved up.
Get us inspired,
yeah.
Get us revved up. Yeah, We do that all the time. There was never that kind of division of labor or this idea of you're the story man, you're the joke man, or the. I mean, Ken has a wonderfully facile mind. He's very quick, very. I'm probably a little more deliberate, but we both had this sort of same sensibility of comedy. You know, could make each other laugh, and I think that was really the sort of overarching process for the two of us. Was you know, you knew the other guy could make you laugh or come up with something funny, and it was the two of us just sort of banging away at it that was the fun.
And once a year, we started this early on in our career, where we would take a script assignment and we would split it up, where I would write the first act and David would write the second act, or vice versa. And then we would put the two together, and together we would polish the scripts. And we did that primarily so that we each felt comfortable being able to write by ourselves. So we remained partners, not out of necessity or out of dependency, but because we both chose to, that we both recognized that the work together was better than the work individually, and so we've always stayed partners. But no, there's never been any of those issues of, yeah, I know I'm an hour late, but I'm the funny guy. You know, we've never had any kind of problems like that.
You also, the beauty of being in a partnership, if it goes as well as ours did, excuse me, is that you really have someone to learn from. You know, I mean, if someone has discernible strengths that you can rely on, you're also watching how their process works or how their mind works, and hopefully you pick up a little of that yourself. So there was a kind of growing that came out of the two of us working together, growing individually. This
guy was very good at story. We would always do that once a year, just as an exercise. But primarily we write head to head. And once we got into series television, especially Cheers, we worked with a writer's assistant who took shorthand, who sat with a steno pad in the room, and the two of us would just dictate the script. And that's how we have written together for many, many years.